It's Week 18 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Steelers and the Bengals, just ahead on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunton. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
First carry for Najee Harris. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets them the first. The Steelers at 12-4 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. This now a 3rd and 4. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Jefferson going to go in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now a toss play. It's Harris. There's the stiff arm. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Holding offense.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there. Harris running straight ahead. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Now it's Burrow.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. They'll run for the first time here with Brown.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
11 more on that one and another 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Jamar Chase
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 7-0.
Steelers, nothing.
That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And you can see he leads the league in rushing as he enters this final week, so we'll see how involved they want him to be here in this regular season finale.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
Yeah, he will have a Steelers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Wilson.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like a...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
Now 3rd down and very long.
Here's Wilson to throw.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one